In the top stories, MSR film crew in St. Kitts, women of the manufacturing sector honored at special service, and wanted men in police custody. We'll be right back with the details after this.
Use BioCare Lab Strong Ends products to supercharge your hair with deep lasting hydration from nature's most amazing moisturizers, raw moisturizing honey, and conditioning shea butter. These ingredients pull moisture from the hair to boost, strengthen, and restore the oldest and weakest parts of your hair, your ends, helping to keep them stronger. Wow, beautiful hair. Strong Ends. Dry, damaged, breaking hair, and no hair growth? Strong ends? Whoa! I'm not cutting this hair for anything. Weak, thinning edges due to weaves and braids. Strong ends? Longer and free of split ends. Get supercharged from roots to end with BioCare Lab Strong Ends Honey and Shea Butter Infused Relaxer and Hair Growth Product. Available retail at CNC Superfoods on the Bay Road and wholesale at CNC Trading on the CAP Southville Industrial Park. Telephone 465-4081.
In your formative years, we were there. When you got the good news and the bad, we were right there with you. Through all your great adventures, we were always right by your side. Now that life has thrown us a curveball, we are still here. And as we navigate this difficult period, the SKCCU will continue to be there for you and your family to help you through. We will assist you in safely and efficiently accessing your funds through our digital platforms, online banking, mobile banking, ATMs, and even our drive-through services. We can get through this together with responsible financial decisions by making food and medication a priority, practicing proper hygiene, maintaining social distancing, and constant prayer.
We're here for you. We're still here. We will get through this together.
SKCCU will continue to be your financial partner for life.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Jason Davis. A film crew is in St. Kitts as they produce their production of romantic comedy 1 Year Off in Nevis. MSR Media was joined by various government officials at a media briefing on Sunday morning at Christophe Harbour. More in this report. The MSR Media crew has been filming the romantic comedy 1 Year Off in Nevis over the past few weeks and were on Sunday introduced to St. Kitts as a possible film location. During his remarks at the media briefing, Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Lindsay Grant, said they were happy to welcome the team to St. Kitts. He spoke of the country's history, modern developments, and the accolades received regarding the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic.
As we move forward with our reopening, and eventually beyond the pandemic, we do so with confidence as one of the few places in the world recognized for their exemplary management of the COVID-19 virus. Presently, the CDC rates the Federation at a level 1, a low COVID risk, and the State Department assigned the Federation a level 2, travel advisory. We are the only Caribbean destination currently placed at a level 2.
Minister Grant said these are among the attributes that make St. Kitts an ideal filming location.
We are confident that what you will find in St. Kitts has the makings of an ideal filming destination, from our lush natural attributes to our man-made infrastructure. And so we are very pleased to welcome you to explore and to enjoy.
In his presentation, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris thanked MSR Media for choosing the Federation to make their films. Emphasizing the significance of this event, the Prime Minister said it's much more than just a film being made.
We are witnessing the birth of a new industry for the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, one that will provide real jobs, high incomes, and real opportunities, especially for our young people involved in hospitality and the creative industries.
Producer of 1 Year Off, Philippe Martinez, said the Federation's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic was the main reason why he chose to film here.
The key factor for us, and I've said that in a meeting with the task force, the incredible work that has been done by this country, by this government, in controlling the COVID-19 situation. That has been the key factor for us to create a film industry in St. Kitts and Nevis.
The Prime Minister said this film venture shows the world how ready St. Kitts Nevis is for more productions and more business. He said it speaks well to our versatility and creativity as a people and speaks well to our safety as a nation. The next production begins on April 15. It's a thriller called Assailant, and scouting for locations in St. Kitts has already begun. Jason Davis for ZIZ News. Meanwhile, the production of upcoming film ventures by MSR Media is expected to bring job opportunities in the film industry for locals. During Sunday's press briefing, producer Philippe Martinez noted that they are currently working with almost 24 local actors and they're looking for more.
We have already selected 20 actors. We had a lot of candidacy. We need more, because that's not enough. It's very difficult for us to bring an actor, do 2 weeks in quarantine just for 1 day or 2 day shoot. So we want to create that. So is it difficult? No, it's not difficult, but we need more. We need to find more talent, more people.
He said one of the company's goals is to develop a generation of persons within the movie industry, so they're training nationals in various areas of production.
Tushan, who's a local guy, is now an assistant director, and he was running the set. Locations is entirely people from here. Makeup department, entirely department from here. One of them is here as well. So the challenge, and we have been pleasantly surprised, is to train people to make movies. Of course, we're always going to need to bring executive, but the real infrastructure is the young people of St. Kitts and Nevis. That's the real infrastructure.
Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris also noted that the upcoming projects are expected to have a positive impact on the country's economy.
I understand that in terms of contribution to the economy, that every 4 months, you will be injecting about US $1 million in our economy. But of course, this production will do much more than that. It will inject excitement amongst young people that they can have a career in the film industry and they don't have to leave our beautiful paradise to be part of the film industry. You have brought the film industry right here, and we thank you very much for that.
Mr. Martinez said about 45 nationals have been hired for the current project. 5 more films are expected to be produced in the Federation. In other news, women in the manufacturing industry were treated on Sunday with an award ceremony and a church service as part of the Department of Gender Affairs show of recognition to them. Women from the 5 manufacturing plants on St. Kitts, Cajola Cristada, Harrow Servo, Sun Island Clothing Limited, Jarrow Electronics Limited, and Electrofab St. Kitts were awarded at the Zion Moravian Church for staying on assembly lines, especially during the pandemic. Officials said their contributions are felt worldwide as they made components that are necessary to have functional ventilators. O'Neill Tate, the chair of the manufacturing industry, spoke to the importance of gender equality within the industry. He also mentioned the impact the manufacturing plants have had on the international community, especially during the pandemic.
The various plants within the Federation are committed to gender equality and have taken initiatives to ensure the continued empowerment of all women with equal opportunities for all. It is worth mentioning that here, through the hard work of women, one of the oldest manufacturing plants in St. Kitts, API Harrow, was lauded by the U.S. government for its sterling contribution to the COVID-19 pandemic response. The organization was responsible for producing a key component needed in the production of ventilators. And of course, most of us are aware of how important the ventilators are up to this point as a response to the COVID pandemic.
Manufacturing plants in St. Kitts produce cable TV traps, precision motors for factory automation, aerospace markets, current and voltage transformers, and PC boards, among other items. These parts are shipped to the US, Canada, Central and South Africa, Europe, and other countries. The awards ceremony was held under the umbrella of activities to commemorate International Women's Day on March 8. A man who was wanted by the police over the weekend is now in custody. According to a police statement, Alexis Liddy, for whom a wanted poster was issued on Friday, was taken into police custody on Saturday. Alexis Liddy of Limekiln Bastair was sought by police for building breaking, larceny and burglary. The police have thanked the general public and the media who assisted in this matter. Coming up, we'll have another look at some of the stories from the past week. Stay tuned.
Here are your Horses Value Mart IGA Value Club Blue Tag Specials from March 14th through 28th. Post honey bunches of oats, $9.99. Essential everyday pastas, $3.49. Essential everyday box drink, 10-pack, $9.99. Arm & Hammer laundry detergent, $24.99. IGA single roll paper towel, $4.99. Quaker oatmeal, $10.99. And now introducing our very low weekly value deal. Kingfish steaks, $11.99 per pound. Chicken leg quarters, $12.99 per 10-pound bag. Extra detergent, $18.99. IGA vegetable oils, $8.99. Rika juices, $3.99. Libby's Vienna sausages, just $1.99. Turkey drumsticks, $1.99 per pound. Shop smart, shop Value Mart. Sea listo, liada sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Since the official rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine in the Federation on February 22, the campaign has expanded to health centers around the island. Shanique Harvey has more in this installment as we cover the various health centers.
ZIZ News visited the Bastair Health Center on Tuesday and spoke with community health nurse Paulette Garnett to ascertain what the rollout has been like there. She explained that the initial rollout at the health center saw an influx of people. However, since the other health centers started to administer the vaccine, the numbers have reduced.
At the inception at Bastair, we were having up to 99
clients coming in, but because there are other health centers that are now doing it, you find that we don't have as much at this health center, but of course the clients are going elsewhere for the vaccine.
Nurse Garnett said that persons have so far been compliant. However, she has recognized that there are more immigrants taking the vaccine than locals. She explained that there is a process when persons come to get vaccinated. They are first presented with a COVID-19 vaccination fact sheet that gives information on symptoms of COVID-19 and vaccination side effects. A pre-vaccination checklist is also provided, which asks for your basic medical information. After filling out the checklist, the vaccine can then be administered. Nurse Garnett said following the jab, persons are asked to wait 15 minutes.
So once they receive the vaccine now, they are told to wait for 15 minutes, and just in case of any adverse reaction, and after 15 minutes, they are free to leave, providing nothing. And also they are given a card, the vaccination card, and then the other appointment date when the next vaccine is due. So they know when to return for the next vaccine, and they have lots of information to go home with.
ZIZ News spoke with the head of security at the Clarence Fitzroy Brand College, Winston Wilkinson, who had just received the vaccine. He explained why he decided to take the jab. He said while there are a lot of reports that cast doubt on the vaccine, there is also information on its efficacy, which helped him to make his decision.
But you have information here too.
Wilkinson advised his fellow nationals that unless there is an underlying medical condition that prohibits you from taking the vaccine, they should listen to the medical experts and get vaccinated against COVID-19. Reporting for ZIZ News, I am Shanique Harvey.
A number of the East Line bus drivers staged a protest through the streets of Basse-Terre from the East Line bus terminal, ending outside government headquarters on Monday. More in this report.
Buses lined the entrance of the bus terminal along the road as the drivers parked their vehicles, then headed to government headquarters. Police officers issued tickets for obstruction of traffic and parking in a no parking zone, which resulted in 3 buses being towed. On the scene of the protest, Jeff Pemberton, president of the East Bus Line Association, and other protesters said that their plight is one of unfair wages due to other drivers making pickups outside of the bus terminal, which should not be the case.
We are here protesting against a lot of fraud appearance that has been happening. We are suffering over the past few years, and we have been pleading and asking for help from the government, and then not assisting us. But they promise us, they fail to fulfill their promise. They put us in a terminal. Yes, the facility is better than where we were, but it's not working. They need to put things in place in order to make the terminal work. People are there operating sometimes 3.5 hours before they can get one trip. And buses coming from the road, picking up passengers that are walking towards the terminal.
ZIZ also reached out to Assistant Commissioner of Police Adolph Adams, who said that a resolution will be discussed when the Transport Board meets again. The bus drivers have not given any clear indication of what they'll do next, but are waiting on the authorities' decision.
National football icon Atiba Harris signaled his intention to bid for presidency of the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association later this year after announcing his retirement from professional football on Tuesday.
I'm intending on contesting for the presidency of the SKNFA later this year, and that's something I'm still going to do.
This decision to run for president was the primary factor for his retirement, he says, and he says he has plans to raise the standard of football.
That's something I'm still going to do, because I have a strong vision for football in St. Kitts and Nevis, and I really feel like we can develop as a nation and be a strong footballing nation within our capacity. I think we have the ability to do something great in the nation within football. I'm prepared to take that step going forward in terms of challenging for the contesting for the St. Kitts and Nevis presidency for football, and I think the time is now to make that move in order to help with the assistance of many others to help football grow and develop home.
Harris has been playing since he was 18 years old, a profession spanning 18 years. And at 18, he was signed to Spain's Cadiz, then moved on to Major League Soccer in the United States, ventured to Mexico, and then ended his career at the Oklahoma Energy Football Club. Though disheartened at his departure, many at home and abroad, including Minister of Sport, the Honorable John L. Powell, and other citizens alike, have congratulated and thanked him. After the break, Grenadian fishermen want to export conch, and Australia struggles with severe flooding. Stay tuned.
Get ready for an exciting year with Flow Broadband and TV connecting you at home. Sign up now and get a free Samsung tablet worth over $900. Up to 100 megabits per second blazing internet will keep everyone on top of everything every day. While Flow TV delivers the best home entertainment with the latest shows on demand in HD plus favorites you can record. Visit your nearest Flow store today to sign up for Flow Broadband and TV and get your free Samsung tablet. Conditions apply. Everything's gotta go! Horsewood's Automotive, everything gotta go clearance sale is happening now! All 2018, 2019, and 2020 models gotta go! Yes! Come to Horsewood's Automotive and get $10,000 off select 2020 models! That's right! Horsewood's Automotive is making room for 2021 by offering $10,000 off select 2020 models! And that's not all! Come now and get 0% down payment! No payment until May 2021! $500 in free groceries, free servicing for 1 year, free bill of sale, free tinting, free registration, free accessories, and free licensing. Horsewood's Automotive, everything gotta go clearance sale. The biggest clearance sale event of the year. Select 2020 vehicles, price to go. Everything gotta go. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Regionally, Grenadian fishermen and divers have expressed their interest in exporting what they call lambi or conch. However, they are hindered by the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, to which Grenada is a signatory. This report now from Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Lambi or conch is considered an endangered species under Appendix 2 in the Convention, that is, not necessarily threatened with extinction, but may become so if trade is not tightly controlled. 80% of legal internationally traded conch is consumed in the United States. However, Grenada cannot export lambi or conch, as the prerequisite to enter in such an industry has not been met locally. Senator Roderick St. Clair says the first step is to engage in a study that determines the quantity or stock of conch in Grenadian waters.
And we provide that data because it's an international treaty which we belong to, so we have to treat properly so that you don't find I exporting 2,000 pounds of conch to say the UK or someplace like that, and they hold the conch and say, oh, Grenada, you are signatory to this thing, how come you're breaking the agreement? But if you do your research and do your data collection, you can say, okay, my levels is 5 million conchs, so they say, okay, well, maybe you can harvest 50% of it, and then you may even go into a closed season, open season, based on the reproductive schedule, etc.
St. Clair says strict management of the stock must then be followed with no leeway for overfishing. He says local divers are hugely interested in the export of such a highly valued product. Senator St. Clair says, though the Ministry of Forestry is the focal point for endangered species of flora and fauna, the Fisheries Division can act with support from the Marine Biology Department at St. George's University.
But what is strange about that, the Blossom, is that through my reading, I realized that the UNCTAD, and UNCTAD is the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, they, in association with our OECS desk, OECS Secretariat, that's a big institution, has a project that involves Grenada and St. Lucia to look at the whole issue of maximizing the benefits and the trade, they call it the biotrade and the blue economy, regarding conch and sea moss.
The senator says conch would be a valuable addition to Grenada's export market, together with sea moss and fish, bringing in millions of dollars to the country. I am Gerald Joseph for GBN News.
Internationally, a natural disaster has been declared in parts of New South Wales in Australia after the worst flooding in decades on Sunday. Thousands of people have been forced to leave their homes and more heavy rain is expected. Al Jazeera's Sarah Kairat reports.
From the air, an assessment is made of the damage caused by torrential rain. In New South Wales' capital Sydney, the largest dam has overflowed, flooding neighbourhoods in the city's western suburbs. Further north, on what was meant to be their wedding day, a couple lost their home as it floated down Manning River after bursting its banks. Emergency services have responded to thousands of calls from people who've been left stranded. Many more have been forced from their homes. And there are warnings of more flash floods in the coming days, with water levels not expected to subside until Thursday.
Our first and foremost priority is to save lives, save as many properties as possible, but also to give people enough warning of what's occurring. And I appreciate in parts of the mid and north coast regions which are experiencing the 1 in 100 year event, there's been sustained damage to infrastructure, there's been sustained damage to how people communicate and move around. And I just want to say to everybody in New South Wales who's experiencing that fear and that anxiety that our thoughts are with you and we'll get assistance to you as soon as we can.
Evacuation orders are now in place along large stretches of Australia's east coast, and hundreds of people, especially in low-lying areas, have been heading to emergency evacuation centres. A severe warning is also in place just west of Canberra. Just over a year ago, these areas of Australia and many others were ablaze in devastating bushfires. Scientists say natural disasters are becoming more frequent and more severe due to climate change. And people are being urged not to drive through flooded areas because of strong currents. Sarah Khairat, Al Jazeera.
We'll be right back with a recap of the top stories. Stay tuned.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
We now wrap up with a recap of the top stories. MSR film crew in St. Kitts. Women of the manufacturing sector honored at special service, and wanted man in police custody. That's it for the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Davis.
COVID-19 is a real threat. Sun Island anti-COVID face masks are here to help. Made with fabric using HEIQ V-Block technology, independently tested to be 99.99% effective against the COVID-19 causing virus. Our antimicrobial, water repellent, offer UV protection, and are washable and reusable. So many benefits and so much technology in one mask. Available in navy blue or white. Masks can be printed or embroidered in full color with logos and text, ideal for commercial use. Get your anti-COVID masks at Sun Island Close, Paul Southwell Industrial Site. Stay safe and be safe with anti-COVID masks from Sun Island Close, Bastair St. Kitts. Call 465-1020 or 8070.
To avoid getting the coronavirus, remember to wash your hands thoroughly and frequently before and after preparing food, after using the toilet or changing a diaper for a baby, sick person, or the elderly, after blowing your nose, and after leaving large gatherings or moving away from persons who appear ill. Encourage others to wash their hands and also use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer of 60 to 70% solution. Stay away from events having large gatherings of people. You can expose yourself to more possible infections in large groups. Also, avoid sharing cutlery, cups, glassware, etc. with others. Viruses can linger on these items and may be transferred this way. Avoid shaking and holding hands, and hugging or keeping an infected person in close proximity. This is a message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
I also have Ms. Sharena Warner, who is the Communications Officer in the Ministry of Public Infrastructure. Sharena, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
And I have Mr. Cromwell Williams, who is here today in the role of the Acting Water Manager. Acting water engineer, actually, acting water engineer. Mr. Williams is also a hydrogeologist, which means that he's a specialist with water, on water. Welcome to all three of you.
Thank you. Thanks, man. Pleasure to be here.
Now, water is the building block. Okay. We are going to take a break and we will be right back.
Water Services Department. I will start first with Mr. Ryan Phillip, who is a geologist by training and who is the Assistant Water Engineer at the Water Services Department. Mr. Phillip, welcome.
Hi, welcome all.
I also have with me Ms. Sharena Warner, who is Communications Officer in the Ministry of Public Infrastructure. Sharena, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
And Mr. Cromwell Williams, who is here in the capacity as the Acting Water Engineer. Mr. Williams is a hydrogeologist. Mr. Williams, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Water is the building block of life. Here in St. Kitts and Nevis, it's easy to take water for granted. It just comes out of the faucet anytime you want it. Yet, all over the globe, there are people who don't have access to clean, safe drinking water. March 22nd is World Water Day, a day dedicated to drawing attention to the water-related issues that humans in almost every country have. Created by the United Nations, the goal of World Water Day is to bring aid to people who truly need it across borders. It may not seem like you use a lot of water in your daily life, but you would be surprised how much water it takes to perform household tasks. You will be surprised how many gallons of water you use to shower and just to flush the toilet. An estimated 780 million people live without clean, accessible drinking water. Drinking contaminated water can lead to a host of life-threatening diseases. It's not only humans that require access to clean water. Every year, countless animals die as a result of water pollution. Pollution can occur in many ways, from physical litter to wastewater and chemical runoff, which causes the water to become toxic to the animals that depend on it for drinking and habitation. World Water Day has a yearly theme. This year's theme is valuing water. Water means different things to different people, and therefore this conversation this afternoon is about you and what water means to you. How is water important to your home and family life, your livelihood, your cultural practices, your well-being, your local environment? By recording and celebrating all the different ways water benefits our lives, we can value water properly and safeguard it effectively for everyone. The old saying is true: you never miss the water until the well runs dry. Yes, so we are here to discuss water, such an essential thing.
Resource. Yes.
Resource. Every year on the 22nd of March, the world celebrates